All right, I wait till usually like a 4 count before I start talking because very typically it always cuts off the beginning. And I'll probably learn tomorrow or later tonight that it did the very same. I just wanted to do a live just to check in. Want to make sure nobody feels like I felt chased off or anything like that. Matter of fact, yeah, this is just a check in. Of course, I got something that I think would be hilarious to share, but touching base for one. Hello, what's up, Twisted 10? I hope all has been well. I heard through some birdies that some channel, one of the many channels out there in the YouTube world, did a reaction or whatever. Hey, Saffron, good to see you. Always a pleasure and honor. White Dragon. These are the reasons why I wanted to do the check in, okay? I'm aware of how this goes. I know I've put my hey Lewis, yo, what is this? Is what I make it, fool. Lewis is a good real life friend. There are many YouTubers you may know don't have things like friends. They do exist, so it may be shocking when I say, "Oh my God, I know that person IRL." I didn't come here to throw shade. I am always here though to shine a light on like the oddness that is, for whatever reason, you critique one person demigod on what's up, Joe? My phone has been dead. My phone is dead. I can't verify it. I'm gonna stop jumping around, but don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. I got the new phone, $600, man, not bad, and that's a work in progress. So anyway, yes, I'm aware that the past couple of videos critique the Ryan Upchurch man. I've said this time and time again. Some of his music is like, hey, cool, man, but a lot of his followers, maybe it's you, maybe it's not. If the shoe fits, feel free to not step in it. But there's a few who have been really doing everything they can to make sure that they know I know that the shoe fits. So, whatever the case, man, it is a strange thing to me where people will decide just based on taking a position, an opinion, drawing a line of like, hey, this area of what this person did crossed a line for me. It always did. I always dropped hints, and then I just kind of I went full with it. I crossed my own line, and I made it clear where my stance is. I didn't want anybody guessing. So yes, it may be tired. Think about how tired the victim's family is. All right, we're not going to open up that whole crazy coconut. I just wanted to come on and let's first off, that's not the Lewis you think it is, by the way, Joe. Let me show you guys. This is an example. This little lolcow reminds me very much. Oh, let me change the StreamYard thing of what the YouTube or social media society is creating, like a whole new breed of people.
Andrew
I
Ditch.
don't know what generation this is the generation that has grown up with the internet as their sole purpose of being. Everything and anything they do. I don't know if you guys know Moist Critical or Penguins, right? He's one of the hugest YouTubers out there. He made a very honest video today about how he didn't want to find himself online like all the time. So he agreed to step away from some projects, and then like people ran with the narrative. We're all familiar with that. Started saying, "Oh my God, he retired, he quit," and because he went live, they were like, "You're a liar, you're a liar." I'm just familiar with the group think, and all it takes is one little drop, and then you're in the middle of a flood. So I don't know how to introduce this. I think it would only be right that I point out Kiwi tapes. Let me give you guys a link. Maybe you want to watch this in its entirety because it's going to disgust you. It's going to enrage you. It's going to make you, yeah, okay, look, some words just speak for themselves, okay? Not that that had any bearing on why my phone was an issue. I work. That's another big thing, okay? That link right there. Feel free to save it for later, but I wanted to showcase. So we have our versions of the internet or people on the internet that everything has to be online, everything is content. That must be a very sad existence. You sacrifice. I don't know, making real, true, sincere, intimate memories. You're just excluding yourself from the real from a human being experience and making it something different. So this is Kiwi Tapes. He focuses mostly on these dregs of society that remind me of some people. I'll be honest, this one here reminds me of Martin Speaks. Is he still in jail? Anybody in the chat, if you know what has become of Carl, Martin, whatever, is he still in jail? Because I can't find him. I don't really look that hard, but I'm super uber curious. What's up, ladies of iTalk? Always a shout out and my respect. Twisted, Saffron, I was hoping maybe you guys could tell me just Wire and is Martin still in jail? I don't know why. I hope it was nothing terrible. I hope the man just I don't know learned something. But yeah, this fella here. Without further ado, let's just jump right in, shall we? Here's the introduction. If Kiwi Tapes thought it was appropriate, then I'll do the same.
She is currently in police custody, and after looking at his activities the past couple months, it is not a surprise. Since we last covered
Very, very monotone delivery, but don't let it fool you, because you need to have a monotone voice when you're covering something like this. It really is like grotesque that a human being has chosen this path. And I don't know how anybody can look in the mirror and say, this is how I'm going to live my life. And I can't fault his parents. I mean, they've enabled him, but they've already given up. Let's let this go. This video was only posted 4 days ago.
Andy, things are worse than ever, with strings of bad interactions with not only police, but his family as well. For those who don't know Andy, let me give you a quick overview. He is a middle-aged man who lives at home with his parents, and is obsessed with everyone treating him like a baby. He demands that his elderly parents take better care of him. He claims that they do not do this, and rages in response.
He wears diapers, adult diapers. He demands to be cleaned up after, by the way.
Property is often destroyed and police are often called. Andy has been terrorizing his family for years and is infamous around town for his antics. I cannot stress to you how often these kinds of things occur. A prime example would be the meltdown that happened only weeks after I released my initial Andy doc. A little bit of pretext to the situation would be that both of Andy's parents are suffering with some pretty severe medical issues. They're both elderly and seem to need more help as time rolls on. Andy completely despises this because he is a complete attention addict, especially when it comes to medical issues. When Andy's mom started having health issues, Andy would try to take his dad's attention off of her and put it on to him, being extremely aggressive when he quote-unquote was not being
No better than a jealous dog or a jealous pet. When he saw, even if his so-called, I don't know, I hope there's no fans. I hope it's hate watchers. I hope he's a kick streamer, but I overhear him talking about being on YouTube. This man records from inside of hospitals, and he wants everybody to believe he is autistic. That's his whole thing. He's angry at the world because he cannot get any doctor to sign off on him being autistic. Is this a ploy? Is this some game so he can maybe try to get SSRI or SSI? I don't know. I've never been on that stuff. But then it got really serious because his parents, his poor freaking elderly parents, would concede and give him some sort of Google funds so he could just gamble online. So clearly, I mean, there's some thinking capacity there possible. There's people that are living a life like this. Oh, and irony is not lost on me. Yes, I am a person that lives with my family. We all do our parts. Um, I pay my way. I take care of my mother. My father's about to retire, and I'm gonna be the primary. You know, I'm gonna be the primary, and that's something that's going to be a reality in about a year now, less than a year. But I felt the need to throw that out there because I know what mudslinging is going to follow, whatever the case. Not my concern, But this, it's when his father got injured that the limit was met, and it just goes so downhill. I don't think you could even guess. By the way, if you didn't see the review, Wolverine and Deadpool, one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Taken care of. In retaliation, Andy would rip up his diapers and throw away his medications. He would then call the police and blame it all on his family. So they've begun to record a good bit of interactions with Andy that are like this, just to be safe. And when Andy's father was having some medical issues, things would once again come to a head. Andy and his brother would go to visit their father.
The brother is the only one who doesn't take this dude's literal poo-poo. He'll say the things that the parents just won't say. All right, so props to him. He'll even go as far as trolling Andy by playing the trumpet. Mighty fine trumpet player, by the way. Just trying to drive him crazy.
At a rehabilitation clinic in the hospital, as not only was Andy's mother in pretty rough shape, so was his father. Seeing all the attention that his dad was receiving, believing that he should get it too, Andy became enraged. And on the way back from the hospital, Joe and Andy would get into an argument. As Andy usually does, he would record the first half of this interaction on his phone.
You don't want to help. If you want to fight it. You're the only one fighting, man. Oh, Joe, where's the fucking diagnosis then, huh? Where's the fucking diagnosis then? You want to fucking argue? Then fucking argue with someone else.
Andy is the embodiment of the I want to be a victim mentality that I feel has overtaken a great number of people within this generation. Whatever, I don't know what they're called. I keep forgetting. Is it Gen X? Joe, are you in here? Is it Gen Z? I think it's Gen Z. I don't know, but you're in your own bracket. And I'm not saying you're all bad, man. I deal with a lot of good ones, but I mean, if there was an embodiment of everything wrong, this one individual, he is the icon.
Don't fucking fight me anymore. You are fighting me. You take it out on my doctor if you don't agree with it. You take it up with the fucking doctor, not me, damn it. You don't agree with this? I'm tired of you and Dad doing this, Joe. I can't take it.
Don't worry, we're not playing all this. I'm not going to subject you to it. But it's just one of those things, like, you have to see it to believe it. And I would ask such a foolish question, a pipe dream of a question. How does one fix this? There really is no way. There's no way to. You can try to prevent it in the way you raise your kids, but be present in that aspect, in that area. Don't let this happen, because somewhere along the lines he got influenced and inspired to do this whole thing for I don't know how long.
And I don't got my keys, so I'll get you arrested. If you're like to abuse me and I don't like it. They want to fucking fight? Fine, I'll fight it. I ain't doing it. You want me to get help? I'm not doing it because you don't want to accept my diagnosis. You want to say I'm mentally unstable. This is what you get when you want mentally unstable because you like to be right. You're mentally control. Oh, he hit me. It's called control, and you're putting fear in me, and you don't want to hear the truth. No, you don't want to. You don't want the truth. Stop. Hurry my ears. I'm calling the police. Stop. Stop.
And as you could tell, sadly, that this Andy character really tries every time that camera's on, which is almost 24/7, if not every time 24/7. He tries his best to play an autistic person. He really wants to be believed. You can tell it's an act. There's some slip ups, and the whole diaper thing is a whole other area that I'm just not qualified to talk about. But yeah, it reminds me of YouTubers. Anybody that spends, I mean, shit, man, this shoe might fit on more people than I'd hope for. But ask yourself some questions. If you have, unlike Andy here, a family that loves you, or some social life or something, 14 hours, 16 hours, 12 hours, just nonstop streaming. What are we really doing here? And then you jump right off a stream to go and join a bunch of other people kind of doing the same thing. Hey, we all look at life differently, and I'm not telling anybody how to live theirs, but this is not the way for sure.
I call the police. Stop! Hurting my ears! Stop! I want to go home. Get out. I want to go home. Not with me. I don't want to get hit by a car. I don't want you to lie and control me anymore. Goodbye.
What Andy didn't record was that he would take off and rip up his dirty diaper in the back of his dad's truck in retaliation of Joe's mean comments. For those who don't know, Joe is Andy's brother.
Damn it, Joe. It's always Joe. Joe, stop picking on poor Andy.
And his greatest enemy. Joe understands that Andy is putting on an act and will play into absolutely none of it. He's also a damn fine trumpet player.
I'm not saying why you to hurt my ears. Move! I don't want you to hurt my ears!
After witnessing this dirty diaper ripped up all over the back of his father's truck, Joe rightly pulled over and called the police. Joe would also fire up his video camera on his phone to capture this interaction between Andy and police.
He has in the past beat me up in the car, and I feel threatened with him.
Gotcha.
I'm going to show you what my diagnosis is. What he just said is a
Hey man,
false statement.
do you mind just sit in the car and I'll come talk to you in a second?
Well, I'm the complainant here.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I want to get to where he's in the hospital. And everybody is extending the utmost courtesy given the circumstances. And it's so cringy.
Household. He would remain there still for another month. During this time, Andy would grow increasingly more angry with his father. Out of all the people in the house, it seemed like Andy wanted the attention of his father most. And now that Tom was suffering from medical issues, taking attention away from Andy, resentment for his father also took root. And it seemed like that was a two-way street. Everyone in the house was fed up with Andy. Not only was he a huge...
See, my father's my superhero. I know that sounds cheesy as all hell. Saved my life multiple times. I can't even envision treating, especially, when you're getting up there in age, treating your father like that, or your grandpa, or any family member at all. Nobody should have to deal with this. I don't care what the relation is. Andy needs to be in a chop zone.
Emotional strain on the household, but a
How much you want to bet he's voting Kamala Harris?
Financial one as well. He would constantly demand that his father give him money on Google Play for quote-unquote entertainment. And when his father wouldn't pay this extortion, Andy would throw a massive fit. It really seemed like...
So we're going to fast forward from the fit to... Don't worry, nothing too gross, I promise. We won't see fecal anything.
Andy was able, he began to post videos and live stream from this nursing home, talking about how they were not taking proper care of him and attempting escape.
They're trying to ignore me instead of work things out with me, and I don't want to be here. They kept on closing the door on me, so YouTube knows. The nurse pushed me. I hurt.
Yeah, YouTube, what are you going to do about this, huh? You're hosting this. I wish we had a more involved YouTube, but would that infringe on, Andy's freedom of speech and or expression? When something clearly becomes a parasite or a cancer to society, when does society step in? When does anybody that can step in? That's the big one. I am absolutely convinced, as my own experiences, things I've witnessed in this, that legislation will be written that's going to suck for everybody. Because it's going to be written in the greater good, and there's too many damn examples of people abusing the internet in a way it's just going to force the hands of authority. That's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong.
Hurt my back because of that. and I'm waiting for the police to show up for my police report. They're not allowed to keep me here because I made a complaint with the New York Justice Center. This is a medical rehab, and they're not allowed to just not allow me leave. If you hear they're laughing because they're he didn't get your way type bullshit. We're gonna play baby games here, and I'm going to just have reports on it. And I'm sorry, but this is bullshit. I don't feel safe here. I guess I don't have back issues. I don't have any shoulder issues, according to these idiots. I don't have any communication challenges. Please, the ticking is bothering my ears, and I would like to speak with Ashley. I would like to please be discharged. Can I be discharged? As I have a right to be discharged, you can't hold me here. So I'm being mistreated because I have autism, you're saying. I would like to please be discharged. And you're mistreating me because I have autism spectrum disorder.
I'd extend a presidential pardon if the entirety of the people in this room and the staff whooped Andy's little ass. And I would televise it and make a holiday.
And I have the communication challenges, and you're using that against me to say that I don't have autism. Can I please be discharged? Because you cannot hold me here. But they don't want to accept the records for my neurology report. And if
He escapes. Let's not too much more. I mean, it is strangely addictive in a very sick sort of way. Yeah, let's be looking down. All right, let me see what this cop is about here.
My back. It was caught on recording. Mary is the receptionist name at the endocrinologist, which is at UBMD. I have it on tape. I record phone calls. You cannot just push an individual. I'm going to a different hospital, or I will walk out of here. I'm going to the hospital.
We're trying to figure it out.
I don't feel safe here because they have mistreated me and they pushed me. I'm recording you guys. They're denying me my right to be seen because I was assaulted by a staff member. And I have a witness. Her name is Mary. Saying I not have developmental issues. You're refusing to accept that. That's why I'm incontinent. That's why I am incontinent, because of my autism. Hey, officer, can I have the nurse arrested, please?
So, yeah, okay. He wants everybody that's, treated him the way he deserves to be treated, arrested. I would like to fast forward to the very end to see a breaking point, because it did end. There was an actual end, and I think, if I recall accurately, Andy might just be homeless or gotten actual charges pressed. So let's just fast forward through a whole bunch of malarkey. I have summoning my inner Biden here.
Figure where you got qualified to go. You got yourself in this mess. You got to figure out how to get out of it.
Because I'm not going back to your house. Even if I'm forced back there, I'm not going.
Yeah, you keep saying that.
And I'm not going back to New York State, even if I'm forced there.
Not going.
That's Andy on the phone with his father or his brother about getting back home.
Back to the United States. Where are you going? To Canada?
I said New York. Listen.
Hey, Tom, that's an idea. You should go to Canada. That might even help her even more,
Dad, let's just be real here. You're part of the mess.
Your team over there in Ohio haven't figured it out yet, have they not?
They haven't?
So wait until tomorrow, Andy, and figure out what you're going to do.
I thought you were going to help me with that.
I don't think so, not anymore.
Why?
Because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say or do anymore. I'm confused. Because why don't you just stay there in Ohio? That'd be a perfect place for you, Andy.
So you're not even going to even help me with what you've been saying you're going to help me with. Now I'm getting confused. Now I'm getting scared. Why do I even bother calling you or Mom?
Yeah, why bother anymore, Andy? Because we're nothing anyways to you anyways.
I didn't...
That one moment of truth from the broken father, it's like, I think the only thing that somewhat penetrates whatever this sick, twisted narcissistic, sociopathic piece of shit feels, because he responds immediately.
Say that.
We're only good for nothing.
You're scaring me, Dad, because I'm asking
Okay,
you
you
for
scare me
help.
too.
He's trying to control what he wants me to say, like you had just said that he was doing to you.
Oh, my cat's off. You can't talk right now.
Why? I think he is able to talk.
Andy, you've had a chip out on your shoulder for your mother for a long time, and a bigger chip for me. Anybody in your family you don't care about. All you care about is what you can get out of it. All the pleasures of living high class, I get thrown to the...
Sorry. I'm gonna throw a little shade at Mr. Martin Reacts. You know, try to get whatever you can out of people with your little cash app floating by on the bottom, and I am judging you, but you were a piece of shit to me, so I'm just being one to you in turn. Still offering that $1,000 if you can prove that I support Hillary Clinton on Twitter. That's still open. I mean, you could probably use it, especially if you're still in jail for bail. I don't know. I'll check soon.
The
Let's
wolves.
see.
as they had no requirement of the video if something major wouldn't have happened about halfway through its production. On July 23rd, 2024, Andrew Ditch was arrested on a felony charge of disrupting public services, and I really shouldn't be surprised because it's exactly what we expected. After the hospital in Ohio found out what he was doing, just like every other hospital before, they proceeded to release him as they had no requirement to keep him anymore. The aftermath of that would be when the incident would occur. Here are a couple of excerpts from the police report. It starts off pretty normal with just regular talk of the situation and some names which I won't include, but then it cuts into, upon further review, we learned that the complainant has an extensive history regarding misuse of 911 emergency services. Allegations also include a history of multiple domestic violence instances regarding his parents. One allegation consisted of complainant poisoning his family members with antifreeze and or fecal matter. Additionally, it is alleged that the complainant mimics an autism disorder for secondary gain and has done so for several years now. After obtaining this information, I contacted Tonawanda Police Department and spoke with personnel regarding the complainant. Personnel were very much aware of the complainant as they had responded to numerous calls for service for he and his family. Personnel at the Tonawanda Police Department confirmed the information regarding the complainant mimicking autism disorder or helplessness regarding his ADL with the complainant. I attempted to explain the circumstances and reveal the prior information I had obtained regarding his history and prior treatment with multiple hospitals in the Cleveland area, to which the complainant
Cleveland, he's not too far from Chop. I didn't expect that to be hella entertaining for everybody, but it's something that I just could not stop learning about. What's up, everybody? Hello. Pitbulls. Great to see you, Pitbulls. Did anybody offer any explanation as to what happened to... Yeah, Martin Speaks is the channel name. Couldn't find a sucker. Few days ago, months ago. Okay. Oh, he went straight to Rumble. Is that what happened? All right. You know what? That might be a good move for him because I don't know what to say. I wanted to do a open panel. BSR, I'm glad that you reached me. I'm going to respond. I want to, if you're willing. Matter of fact, I want to open panel. First off, yes, you can still expect Joe, Josh, just me without my phone. I lost a lot of means of communicating the way I'm accustomed to communicating. So there's still that, but I want to do kind of I don't know. I don't feel like it's poking the bear. I don't feel like it's stirring up the hive. I don't give a shit if there's any big channels, little channels, huge fan bases, or whatever. I see how it goes and how it rolls when you go against a particular flow. Fuck it, man. Who gives a shit? Anybody that wants to jump up on a panel and speak their piece, their truth, regardless of who it paints in a bad light, formally invite you. Feel free to email me. 44 new start 44 No, not that one. Progressive Patriot 44 at gmail.com. Leave a comment. Find me on Facebook, IG. I think I'm the Eli from 84. I would love to actually take the time, make a little effort to put this kind of panel together specifically. Now, I had another little video, but it's too much to fit in. So it's definitely something that's going to be held for, I guess, one of the next ones. It's just a fascinating, where my stance on. Here, one example. Moist Critical Penguins, famous YouTuber. He got massive shit for not naming the child groomer, Mr. Beast's best friend, the person who has transitioned from male to female, and he didn't use the preferred pronouns. He didn't use the preferred name. So people on Twitter, people on YouTube, social media in general, have attacked the most likable commentary reactor on YouTube for that. Over a groomer, a child groomer, proven fact, not even allegations. The outrage and where it stems from is just completely out of control. This is the Wild West of the internet era, and it's a scary, scary sight. So I know I didn't come with too much prepared, but it was very important to me and me alone that I did check in, and nobody feels like I just, I needed a break from the old YouTubes. People were in the comments said I'm a drinker and I just can't. And oh my God, look at this here. How am I gonna recover? It's PBR's little playboy. Your channel is hideous. By the way, are you Jim's son? Boone County's finest. I don't know how I'm gonna recover. Give me a moment. I have emotional ways of coping. Deep breaths. How you spend your life. Per chance, Boone County finest. Are you Andy? Are you the guy that wears the diapers and just has become the bane of your family? I just curious. Are you crack squad? Do you think children that have unfortunately met a very tragic end are not real and that their families have tried to pump money out of them? Are you a coward with a sock account? Is this you living your best life? Look in the mirror, man. If you think you're really getting to the heart of the situation, well, look no further. Make me the villain you need me to be, so you can keep on moving with that life, brother. Keep on trucking. Oh, I'm sure you just ruined Twisted's day. He's unstoppable, guys. Unstoppable. Well, that's more incentive and motivation. I think I'll make some more clips so your savior perhaps is showcased more, so we can keep exposing the crack squad fans that continue to screw up his algorithm and make him look terrible. It is your actions, your will, and all the time and energy you all collectively spend separately or together that brings him all the way down. And after the lawsuit, it's going to be an even worse look. So yeah, this is my character arc now, son. You're just a guest in my house today. So anyway, I'm glad that Andy from with the what you call it, with the diapers, just chimed in. Everybody, I learned not to extend the goodbyes too much, but everybody's welcome. Open panels, especially the sock accounts. Just, we try to avoid the porn bombs. You do have to show a face that's not looping. I've seen all the tricks, unfortunately. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Everybody, take care and see ya. Have a good night.